since I've joined them, and you know, I was very happy. The ball bounced up and bounced the right way, so you know, it worked out pretty good.
Now, a lot of talk has been about who actually played on you in that particular game. Now, we've spoke about Russo and Morris being there and Tuck being there, but were you actually surprised that your old foe, Di Domenico, wasn't shoulder to shoulder?
Oh no, we had that plan before the match that Tommy Alvin was going to take Dippy and try and quieten him down, and I was going to take the other wing, and whoever ended up on the other wing was my opponent.
Now, obviously it must have been a very big decision when you left the Sydney Swans to go to Carlton, but everything's panned out magnificently for you.
That's right. You know, when I left the Swans, I was looking to go to a club that was, I mean, it's no good joining a club that's not going to be in the finals if you're going to leave a club. So I decided I want to join a successful club and a team that was going to be in the finals and a successful team in the finals. And I picked Carlton, and I'm pretty happy with that decision.
The Blues yesterday answered their critics. Prior to the game, Hawthorn had won both home and away games, and I suppose and I was one of the critics who picked Hawthorn because we felt they had the wood on Carlton, but you really did bounce back and answer every critic yesterday.
Yeah, I feel we've got a very good team. We've battled well all year, and you know, it's just a matter of putting it all together on the day, and we're starting to, you know, when we get Blackwell and Hunter back in the grand final, on paper we'll have a very, very good team, and if we put it together, you know, we'll be very hard to beat.
At half time, did you think maybe that Carlton had blown it a little bit? 16 shots to 8, yet only 8 points up, and also in that last quarter when the Hawks got within 1 point after dominating the game, all of a sudden it could be taken away.
Yeah, well, that's right. We wasted a lot of opportunities, and you know, it could have proved costly, but you know, we stuck at it, and that was the best thing about the winners. We kept going, we stuck at it, and you know, if you keep persisting, you know, the breaks come your way.
Right throughout your career, when I've watched you play, I've always felt that you could do more all the time. Everyone has spoken about your great ability. At different stages, have you been disappointed yourself that you might not have lived up to maybe your own expectations, where yesterday you're in 30 possession category, whereas other days you might, you know, only pick up the 19 or 18 possessions?
Yeah, you know, I've probably only been averaging around about 20 possessions for the year, and it hasn't really been as good as I'd like, but you know, I've kept persisting, I've tried hard, I've worked, you know, I've been pretty happy with my form over the last 5 weeks, and, you know, it's just it clicked on one day. You know, I sort of had a bit of a day out.
Now, prior to the finals, of course, you received some tremendous criticism about not attacking the ball, although I know that you feel you attack the ball all the time, but always finding yourself in some sort of altercation. And John Devine of Geelong, the coach of Geelong, you know, criticised you very heavily. Did that have an effect on you? Did you say, well, look, I'm going to go out and show people, I'm going to attack the ball and show people that really I'm a ball player?
Not really. I believe I always attack the ball, but you know, if anything, it inspired me to, you know, to work harder and try a bit harder to, you know, to sort of stick it up blokes like that who, you know, I don't believe those comments were justified, and, you know, there's only one way to, you know, to stick it up blokes like that, and that's to produce on the field.
What was the feeling when the siren went yesterday and you realised that you were going to play in a VFL Grand Final?
Well, surprising, actually. When the siren did blow, I jumped up and down the one spot and I didn't know what to do, and then I saw a couple of Hawthorn blokes running past. I went across and shook their hand and said all the best for the next weeks. And you know, it is a great feeling though to know that, you know, you're in it and you're one of the teams that's in the grand final.
Just finally, David, I thought that former captain Wayne Johnson, being the experienced finals campaigner, summed it up in an interview after the game when he said, well, we've still got to win the grand final and it's still going to be pretty tough. So he was looking at it as a former grand final premiership player, that the game still has to be won in a fortnight's time.
Well, that's it, and that's the great thing about Carlton, is that you know, there's players down there who've been there, they know what's required to go the whole way, and you know, they're very determined to keep everyone's feet on the ground, and you know, we need those players around to keep, you know, everyone's feet on the ground. And you know, we realise that in 2 weeks' time, that's the day we've really just got to give it everything. Well,
David, congratulations, because it was a marvellous performance yesterday. Let's hope that you continue that good form into the grand final.
Thanks a lot, Kevin.
David Rhys-Jones, best man on the ground in yesterday's second semi-final.